Natal moon in Aquarius. In this video, I'm going to be discussing natal moon in Aquarius, everything you need to know about this placement and how to master this placement. Now, keep in mind, every single thing that I discuss may not apply to you, but the things that I discuss are going to be directly related to the natal moon in Aquarius experience and what you can expect when someone has their natal moon in Aquarius. All right, let's discuss. Emotional needs: to be unique, radical, and different and express your inner genius. To detach from the emotions and remain rational and objective. All right, so this is what your emotional needs are when you have your natal moon in Aquarius. It's an emotional need for you to be unique, to be radical, to be different, and express your inner genius, to detach from your emotions and remain rational and objective. Okay, so if you're not able to be unique, radical, different, and express your inner genius, you won't be happy, you won't be emotionally content. And if you're not able to detach and separate yourself from your emotions and remain rational and objective, that's also an issue for you and can cause emotional discontentment. All right, so this is what the emotional needs are when you have natal moon in Aquarius. Emotional nature and reactions. These people react emotionally to matters by trying to detach and separate themselves from their emotions. They over-rationalize their emotions. They can become very cold towards others, lacking warmth. They're natural humanitarians and can be unpredictable emotionally. There's an emotional connection to science and technology. Okay, so this is what you can expect from natal moon and Aquarius people as far as their emotional nature and reactions. They react emotionally to things by trying to detach. They try to completely separate themselves from their emotions. They over-rationalize their emotions, and they can become very cold towards others, lacking warmth. This is not something they try to do. This is just their emotional reaction. They're natural humanitarians and philanthropists, and they can be unpredictable emotionally. Like, you have no idea what you're going to get from these people, and there's an emotional connection to science and technology. The mother is seen as Aquarian-like, aloof, cold, rigid, detached, and odd. All right. So the moon sign tells you how you saw your mother and what was your experience with her and your image of her. So you saw your mother as Aquarian-like. You saw her as aloof, cold, rigid, detached, and somewhat odd. These people work well with other air moon sign natives and fire moon sign natives. Okay, so the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So you get along well with Gemini moons, Libra moons, and Aquarius moons, and you get along well with fire moons, Aries moons, Leo moons, and Sagittarius moons. And this is very important, especially as it relates to compatibility and relationships and stuff like that. This is similar to having natal moon in the 11th house because Aquarius rules the 11th house. So if you have this placement, you want to make sure you study natal moon in the 11th house as well, because that information applies to you as well. And you will find that when you study natal moon in the 11th house, that information sounds like you as well. All right. I did a full video breaking that down in detail. You want to check that out. I'm going to drop a link for that in the description box. Celebrity examples: Jay-Z, Eminem, and Britney Spears. All right, now with these three, it's very obvious to see how they had their natal moon in Aquarius. Jay-Z, if you listen to interviews about people that talk about him, is that he can be very detached from his emotions. Like, he's not the type of guy like that's just like open, like just like out of control emotionally. He keeps his emotions in check, and he's not a very emotional guy. And he can be very cold and detached when others expect him to take things personal. Like, I remember people got upset with him when he did like an NFL deal, and he made a deal with the NFL, and pretty much people were upset with him. Like, how can you side with the NFL? But I understand where Jay-Z is coming from. Jay-Z is coming from a perspective like, look, nothing personal. This is business. Aquarian moon people, they try not to take things personal, and they always try to separate themselves from their feelings. And you can see that with Jay-Z as far as how he operates. And Eminem, it makes perfect sense when I talked about how the mother is seen as Aquarian-like, aloof, cold, rigid, detached, and odd. The man made an entire career slandering his mother and talking about how cold and how much he hated his mother. Like, he literally rose to fame just slandering his mother and talking about how much he hated her because he saw her as Aquarian. Like, he saw her as a very cold, strange woman. And with Britney Spears, we see this as well because she was very unpredictable, and some people even said she was crazy. Like, one day she just lost her mind and just cut all her hair off and disappeared. So, I mean, and she was very revolutionary, and she was very innovative and very different as far as how she did things. All right. And this is pretty much everything you need to know about natal moon in Aquarius. Thank you for taking the time out to watch my video. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and you take care.